gotta get, boom, 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 gotta get, boom, boom, boom. Tonight's the night, let's live it up.
You know them for the hits, the fashion, and the futuristic vibes. They didn't just show up to the party, they built the club. We're talking about the Black Eyed Peas. Oh, you think you know them. The flashy fits, the radio anthems, the boom boom pow vibes. Please. That's just the glitter on the surface. Buckle up, because we're about to peel back the LED curtain on a group that didn't just attend the pop party. They invented the damn guest list. From underground hip-hop nobodies to global chart-dominating icons, the Peas serve bops, looks, and let's be real, drama. Oh yes, behind every I got a feeling moment was a whole lot of chaos. We're talking plagiarism lawsuits, backstage blow-ups, messy feuds, and Fergie's gasp dramatic exit. Woo! This is the untold roller coaster of will.i.am and his crew. How they hustled their way from dive bars to Super Bowl stages, shook the charts, and almost lost it all along the way. There were fame games, fashion risks, legal teeth, and moments that had fans and haters saying, "Wait, what?" So grab your headphones and your popcorn, because we're diving headfirst into the glittery, gritty, and gloriously messy rise of the Black Eyed Peas. And trust me, it's giving more than just my humps. Let's get into it. All right, let's rewind the clock and get into the origin stories, because they are giving humble beginnings, plot twist, and destiny on speed dial. First up, will.i.am. Born William James Adams Jr. and raised by a single mom in LA's Boyle Heights. Fun fact, he didn't even know his full name until he was 25 because he never met his dad. Identity crisis much? But this man was spitting rhymes and manifesting greatness way before the Grammys. Then there's Appleday App. Born Alan Pineda Lindo in the Philippines, dealing with poverty, farming life, and an absent military dad. At 11, he came to the U.S. for eye treatment, got adopted, and ended up in LA, where fate paired him with will.i.am. That's a glow-up. Taboo, aka Jamie Luis Gomez, rep East LA hard with Mexican roots and Shoshone blood from his grandma. He was out here breakdancing when everyone else was judging. Proving being Taboo was his whole brand before it became a stage name. Give that man his flowers for staying 10 toes down. And last but not least, Miss Fergie Ferg. Born Stacey Ann Ferguson, this blonde bombshell went from spelling bees and cheer squads to Kids Incorporated fame in the 80s. But after a messy exit from her 90s girl group Wild Orchid, she landed in the Peas. And let's just say, she brought the flavor. So yeah, the Black Eyed Peas didn't just pop out of nowhere. They earned those bops through struggle, grind, and a little sprinkle of fate. Now, the Black Eyed Peas didn't just appear out of nowhere. They were cooked up over decades, and the recipe had some wild ingredients. In the late 80s, will.i.am and Appleday App linked up in high school and formed a crew called Ataban Clan. With their boy Dante Santiago, they caught the eye of none other than Eazy-E, who signed them to Ruthless Records in '92. But tragedy struck, and Eazy's death in '95 left their debut album shelved. But they weren't done yet. They rebranded into the Black Eyed Peas, swapped Dante for super slick Taboo with his dance skills, and Kim Hill. Their vibe? Live band, conscious lyrics, zero gangsta posturing, total breath of fresh air. But Hill's stay was short-lived. They dropped Behind the Front in '98 and Bridging the Gap in 2000, earning critical acclaim, but still missing that pop magic. In 2002, will.i.am shot his shot with Nicole Scherzinger to add a female vocalist, but she said, nah, and fate brought Stacey Ferguson. The chemistry, electric. By the time Ella Funk dropped in 2003, Fergie was officially in and flipping the group's whole sound into radio gold. Less underground, more glitter, and Grammys. The Peas were no longer just hip-hop heads with a conscience. They were about to become global chart royalty, and that is how the glow-up began. Ella Funk dropped in 2003 and blew up, and we're talking global domination, baby. With bangers like Where's the Love and Hey Mama, the Peas were suddenly everywhere. Then came Let's Get It Started, and boom, first Grammy secured. The purists were clutching their boomboxes, mourning the old school vibe, but the Peas, they were too busy catching flights and selling out stadiums. Then came 2005's Monkey Business, and they weren't playing. Don't Funk With My Heart snagged them another Grammy, and suddenly they were a movement. But it gets even juicier. In 2009, they dropped The End, and that's when Boom Boom Pow and I Got a Feeling basically took over the planet. One of the best-selling digital albums ever. Hello, streaming royalty. Then in 2010, they gave us The Beginning with more bops like The Time, Dirty Bit, and Just Can't Get Enough. By this point, the Peas were running the charts, the clubs, the commercials, the halftime shows, everything, and it was iconic. Now to their personal lives. Despite being everywhere in the spotlight, will.i.am kept his love life locked up tighter than a Grammy vault. He was allegedly linked to Aussie babe Natalie Imbruglia and model Casey Batchelor, but he's basically said, I'm too busy to date. No ring, no kids, just vibes. But one thing's for sure, his mom is his #1 girl. Apple's African-American dad and airman left right after he was born. Yep, gone with the wind, leaving his fierce Filipino mama, Cristina Pineda, to raise 7 kids solo. Real life supermom. Then, boom, plot twist. At age 11, he flew to the US and got adopted by a sponsor named John Ben Hudgens. Taboo is the family man of the crew, married Jamie Dyson in 2008 and has 4 kiddos, including one from a previous relationship. He's big on dad vibes and all about being there for his fam. Fergie Ferg married heartthrob Josh Duhamel in 2009, had a super cute son named Axel in 2013, but sadly, the fairy tale ended with a split in 2017 and finalized by a divorce 2019. So, yes, behind the stage lights and wild outfits, these Peas have lived, loved, and fought their way through some real-life plot twists. Like any long-standing group, the Black Eyed Peas faced their share of struggles and challenges. So early in their career, after Eazy-E's death, the group got dropped from Ruthless Records. But instead of folding, they rebranded, regrouped, and kept it pushing. Still, the switch to a pop sound with Fergie ruffled some OG fan feathers who missed their hip-hop roots. will.i.am had been juggling fame and some real mental health challenges. He opened up about his ADHD, dark moods, and a nasty case of tinnitus that literally messes with his hearing. And Apple has faced real tragedy, losing 2 brothers to and violence, but he turned pain into purpose through his Apple Foundation, giving back big time to his homeland. Oh, and he got his vision corrected in 2012, truly a new way of seeing the world, literally and figuratively. Taboo faced his biggest fight in 2014 when he was diagnosed with stage 2 testicular cancer. He beat it and turned his pain into purpose as a cancer awareness advocate. Total warrior vibes. And our girl Fergie, she stared down crystal meth addiction before joining the group. Her comeback, legendary. From rock bottom to pop royalty, she did that. But in 2017, she left the group to focus on her solo career and motherhood. But rumors swirled about tensions and being phased out. So yeah, the Peas have been through it. Oh, don't let the catchy hooks and LED outfits fool you. The Black Eyed Peas have had their fair share of messy moments too. First off, Let's Get It Started was originally titled Let's Get Retarded. The backlash was real. They quickly cleaned it up, especially after it got picked for the NBA playoffs in 2004. Now on to will.i.am. In 2010, he raised eyebrows when he wore what looked like blackface at the VMAs. Yikes! Which he later defended as artistic expression. Then he stirred the pot by defending Michael Jackson amid abuse allegations. Definitely not a good look. And the copyright claims? Whew. In 2013, he was called out by Artie and Matt Zoe for allegedly swiping their track Rebound in his song Let's Go. That same year, he even sued Pharrell over the phrase I am. Petty or protective? You decide. Oh, and remember that Britney Spears bop, Scream and Shout? Turns out Talisa Constavlos actually co-wrote it and had to take will.i.am and Britney to court just to get her credit. And guess what? She won. The group as a whole isn't off the hook either. They've been hit with multiple lawsuits, from I've Got a Feeling to Boom Boom Pow and My Humps, all accused of sneaky sampling. And in 2024, they got slapped with yet another lawsuit for allegedly jacking Scatman John's iconic Ski Ba 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 Da Ba for their song Bailar Contigo. And the weirdest twist, a pooping unicorn toy called My Poops that parodied My Humps ended up in court too. When your music's getting dragged into toy drama, you know you're iconic and a little chaotic. So yeah, behind those chart toppers, it's giving controversy with a B. Alright, let's bring this wild ride full circle, because the Black Eyed Peas didn't just stir up drama, they also did some major good in the world. First off, the group flexed their philanthropic side with the Peapod Foundation, tackling global issues for kids. Then, will.i.am stepped it up with the I Am Angel Foundation, giving out scholarships, promoting STEM education, and even sending a song to Mars with NASA. Meanwhile, Apple.de.ap stayed true to his roots with his own foundation, building classrooms and bringing vision care to children in the Philippines. Taboo, he turned his cancer battle into purpose, teaming up with the American Cancer Society and speaking out for Native American communities. And in 2016, the whole squad reunited to remake Where's the Love in support of social justice causes. Proceeds went straight to will.i.am's foundation. We love a comeback with a cause. Now, let's talk money. The group's net worth is estimated around $155 million, having sold over 80 million records worldwide. Legends only. will.i.am is leading the pack with a cool $75 million, thanks to his solo gigs, tech investments, and involvement in The Voice. Apple.de.ap's worth is around $20 million. Taboo's rocking $15 million, and even though she's not in the crew anymore, Fergie is still flexing with $45 million from her solo career, acting, and Miami Dolphins ownership. So yes, they've had their mess, and some of it was extra messy. But the P's have also dropped major impact, raked in the coins, and left a legacy that's equally part iconic, chaotic, and heartfelt. Love them or side-eye them, the Black Eyed Peas changed the game. And guess what? They still get the party started to this day.